Today's video was actually inspired by what I have noticed the viewers on TikTok are really enjoying this past week, which is angel numbers. If you're not already following me on TikTok, might be a good idea. Obvious opinion. Angel numbers. What are they? How do we know what they mean? And how can we figure out all of the different ways they are guiding us? Angel number is a term used for our guidance and our higher self and God directing our focus or bringing our attention to a specific series of numbers or a specific number in general. And through this wisdom and knowledge and helpful support that numerology can lend to us, we are able to navigate life in more cohesive ways. I know for myself, when I notice specific numbers, for me, what it delivers is reassurance of knowing what's coming towards me. It allows me to, in a way, brace myself. And it also reminds me that I'm not alone. And I think that this is, oh man, this piece to my puzzle has been a really important one for me. Angel numbers have been such a beautiful guiding force in reassuring me of this very truth. Before we go any further, first, I would like to welcome you to the Connection Hub YouTube channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Vanessa, and I come on here to share all of the knowledge that I have gathered through texts and personal experience. And there has been plenty of experience. I love sharing stories. I love connecting with others. And more importantly, I love ensuring that others know that they are always connected themselves to Source, to God, to the infinite wisdom of the universe. So if any of that interests you, go ahead and subscribe here as well, because you won't want to miss any of the content coming your way. So how do you know if you're coming across what are called angel numbers? For myself, I remember noticing a series of numbers all at once. And typically this was seeing 333 or 1111 on the clock. And what would happen is I would be in the middle of doing anything and everything, and then all of a sudden my head would turn to the clock or land on an address on a building or land on a license plate of a car driving by, and I would be faced with these repeating numbers. The other thing I noticed is I started to tune into my own thought, my own inner questioning, and I would hear, what time is it? This is a really great indicator that your angels, that your guides, that your higher self and you are connected through your clairaudience. The clairaudience is our ability to hear messages and communication from within. Sometimes it can sound as easy as a thought or an inner question. I've noticed for myself there's a lot of layers in clairaudience, so I don't want to dive too deeply into it, but just start to notice the thoughts and the inner questions that are presenting themselves. And if they seem innocent enough, like, oh, what time is it? Or, yeah, wear that today, then you can be assured that this really is your guidance, your angels, your guides helping you along your path. Back to angel numbers. It can be really fun to notice how our glance can just shift and move. Think to yourself, maybe the last time you were driving, when your eyes just landed on the license plate, or just walking along the street and thinking to yourself, oh, I wonder what the address is, or your head turns because you notice a beautiful door, and instead of your eyes landing anywhere else, it lands directly on the number on top of that door. Don't underestimate what you notice when you are noticing specific numbers throughout the day. At the beginning of our shifts in consciousness, it's more common, I think, to notice repeating numbers or numbers that come in groups. If that's 1444, or if it's 777, or 44, or 33. When you get into that groove and you start noticing those numbers, pay attention to the other repeating numbers that happen for you. Oh, that's weird. That's the third time I've noticed 43. Whenever there's a specific number that just keeps jumping out at us. This is really our angels tapping us on the shoulder saying, please pay attention. Can you please just look this up? Look up what it is I'm trying to communicate to you. This is a very easy way to get into understanding what the messages of numbers actually mean. Grabbing your phone and quickly Googling angel number and then whatever the number is. This is how I really got into the habit of remembering and learning this whole new language. Is I would just Google over and over and over and over again. What does that number mean? What does that number mean? And I got into this pattern for about 3 years straight. Now I can look at numbers and I have a very general or very specific idea of what the message is that's coming towards me. For you today, I've linked down below a PDF and it lists out angel numbers 1 to 10. And then I go into master numbers, and on these PDFs, you'll actually notice what the home number means as well. When it comes to the home numbers, let's say you live in a house number 18. You would add the 8 and 1 and it becomes a house number 9. You want to add all of the individual numbers together, and then if the house number adds to a 26, then you would add the 2 and 6 to make it a house number 8. Again, those PDFs are down below in the description box. To make it easy, you might want to sit and read them at night, or you might just want to file them away in any of your paperwork if you like to collect and organize your learnings. It is my gift to you. Individual numbers hold a vibration. You'll see on those PDFs the numbers between 1 and 10 and what they mean. The way that I navigate numbers is the more they repeat themselves. So let's say I've noticed the number 3 a lot. I understand that 3 means ascended masters are near me, that it is a creative time. But because I'm seeing just that single digit number 3, it also is letting me know that now is a time to go within, to find peace, to find quiet, and to creatively think, to creatively connect and start the brainstorming to what it is I would like to create. Now, if I, let's say in a couple days' time or a week's time, I end up seeing 33 repeated, the energy to that is amplified and it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And what this is communicating to me is it's almost time to put action to what it is I want to create. And that is just a really simple way for me to understand, okay, this is fantastic. I know exactly where my focus is going to end up this week, and that is all around creative ideas, creative projects. Where is it I'm feeling inspired to dive in? And then when I'm seeing those repeating 333s, then that's letting me know, like, I've already shot out of the gate and I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. And I am just going full force and I'm in the actionable stage. The more numbers repeat for me, this is the easiest way I've been able to work with them and the communication of them. The energy is amplified. If you would like a really simple, quick way to learn what individual angel numbers mean, let's go through that right now. And I'll share a couple of tips and a couple of ways that have helped me really lock this information into my brain. When it comes to seeing our number ones, it is new beginnings. It is the start of something. It's the start of a new journey. It's the start of a new creative adventure. It's the start of new relationships. Our number one is the beginning of something. And it also calls us to be especially positive around that time. Number twos, this has everything to do with balance. When I think of 2, I think masculine energy, feminine energy. I think of yin, I think of yang. I think of keeping things balanced as much as possible. Number 3, again, this has everything to do with the ascended masters. We're thinking Jesus, Mother Mary, Buddha. To help me remember that the number 3 is associated with the ascended masters, I think of the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, then our number 4. This has everything to do with structure, foundation, feeling safe, and feeling secure. And every time I hear the word structure, I instantly see 4 pillars of a home. Number 5 is all about change. And I like to look at it as significant and very helpful change. Our number 5 is smack in the middle of our 10-digit ladder. So this is like a turning over and going now into the higher realm of numerology. Number 6. And this actually calls us back to balance, but specifically balance within the earthly realm that we're living in and finding more balance with the spiritual realm that we want to be anchored in as well. Number 7. Number 7 is all about enlightenment. It's about spirituality. It's about faith. When I think of the number 7, I call it God's number because there are so many 7s that surround us. We have 7 days of the week, 7 colors in the rainbow. We have 7 primary chakras we focus on, 7 music notes. We have 7 wonders of the world. 7 really is God's number. On the 7th day, we took rest. Number 8. And number 8 is infinity. It is abundance of all kinds. It's abundance of financial support, of emotional support, of physical support to infinity and beyond. Then we have our number 9, and this indicates spiritual awakening, light work, and universal love surrounding you, filling you, helping you on your journey. We're walking on our mountain and we're almost there. We're almost at the top. Number 10, and this is all about completion of cycles and new beginnings. It puts us in a position of leadership, heightened awareness, and really owning our individuality. I love numbers. They really jazz me up. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate the guidance, and I appreciate knowing what it is I might have to work on or where I should be placing just a little bit more focus and attention. I think the last point I would like to make on angel numbers is an interesting one that was actually brought up on TikTok. If you are going to be Googling specific numbers like angel number 47, there are a bunch of websites that are going to come up. And what I recommend is really tuning into your other intuitive senses. For myself, I do like to listen to my clairaudience. I'll just scroll along the Google page until I hear yes when my eye lands on a specific link. For yourself, you might notice a link and it feels like you should tap on it, or you just know which one to tap on. When it comes to the message you're reading, sometimes the message we receive through numbers, we're asked to put focus and work towards ourselves. And sometimes numbers are really letting us know, listen, like you got to pick up your socks. You have to keep pushing forward. And we read the message and we just think to ourselves, oh, I don't think this is for me. I think I need to read another message. What I would say here is stick with where your initial intuitive sense landed and see how it is relevant to you at that time. I notice sometimes that I'll read a message, I can figure out its significance, I understand where this is fitting into my life, but it isn't until about a week's time where I flash back to reading that specific message where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's not just a puzzle piece, it is the puzzle piece that's going to finish the picture. Just being mindful of what it is you do come across and not being too quick to push the message aside, but rather to open yourself up and to really listen to the helpful guidance coming your way. When our guidance doesn't always come across as sounding amazing, try to look at this piece of guidance as inspiring and helpful for getting you to the next place. have fun with angel numbers. Have fun exploring this beautiful language and line of communication between you and your guides. It's so much fun. And I hope that by listening to this, it has helped you understand why you see numbers a little bit more clearly. And maybe it's even inspired you to want to learn more about the numbers that you are seeing. Until next time, get lost in joy and remember, you are always connected.